and I make videos about sewing. I really enjoy English paper piecing, hand sewing, embroidery and quilting. I hope you're all keeping really well. Thank you so much for joining me. I've got a few bits and pieces, not going to be a big episode today, but I still wanted to come along and make one and just have a chat with you. But I haven't got anything finished. I will be upfront about that at the beginning. I've been working on some English paper piecing ideas, but I'd ordered some more of these hexie forms, but they haven't arrived. So they are Ashmead designs and they're normally super quick, but I do know that they were at the Quilt Festival in Birmingham at the weekend, so they may be behind because they were there for a few days. So I've ordered quite a few different shapes from them, so I'm waiting for them, and that is what I'd planned to do this week. But I'll show you what I've made instead. I had a bit of a pinging idea yesterday, and I thought, oh yes, I think I'm going to do that. So I'll show that to you in a bit. And I was very lucky. I've had 2 parcels from viewers this week, so I thought I'll show you those before I make the things. So the first one is from Julie. Thank you very much, Julie, if you're watching, who sent me some Liberty scraps and also some salvages. So there's loads of, I'll separate them all out and put them in 2 different bags because they were mixed up together. There's loads of salvages, so I can definitely make something with these. Look at all those. They're squished in the bag, so don't look. I will need to iron them, but when you get them out and you see how many there are, there's a lot in there. So, oops, got one on the floor already. I love making things with salvages, and I used all mine up in a project or a couple of projects, and so I'm really happy that my supply is massive now, because these are the ones, I've got them here, these are mine, so I've got hardly any in there, as you can see. So thank you for expanding my my stash so I can start planning on making something else with the salvages. I don't know what yet. You know what I'm like, I'll just start making something one day and it will turn into something. And also Liberty scraps. So these are teeny tiny little scraps, and I have a couple of ideas that I'm going to make with them. They're not all Tana lawn. I think it's a mixture of Tana lawn and cotton. So I have a couple of ideas. I don't know if it's going to work. So one of them is kind of to do with English paper piecing, and one of them is to do with maybe something a bit arty, because they're sea coloured, aren't they? There's a clue. But I don't know if it's going to work. I'm going to have to think, and probably not my style, but I'm probably going to have to plan a little bit for this. So they're there. So thank you very much for those. And also there were some other bits and pieces in as well. So some magazines and a book, and I had a lovely afternoon looking through all the magazines in the garden. So that was really good. And the second one is from Angela, who is from New Zealand, but she was coming over to the UK, and she said she'd get me a little kit from a local shop to her, fairly local, called Millie Mac. Is it Millie Mac Designs? Millie Mac Studio, I think. Oh, Millie Mac Supplies in New Zealand. So she bought it for me when she was there, and then came to the UK on holiday and posted it, which is much cheaper than I think it would probably cost over £30 to post something from New Zealand or Australia to the UK. It's really expensive. So that was a really good way to do it, and I really appreciate it because I'm really excited about this as well. Thank you, Angela, if you're watching. So I really like the Gale pan items, and when I was looking on the site, they also had Hatched and Patched, who were similar, and I hadn't seen those before, and I sort of fell in love with that style as well. So Angela kindly chose me a little kit, and it's got the fabric and everything with it. I don't know whether you choose your own fabric or whether it comes with it, but I've opened it a little bit, and I'll show you the cover. I couldn't wait, I had to have a peek inside. So this is the kit, which I absolutely love. So it's a little needle, I could have a pincushion and a little needle book as well. There's what you need on the back. And yeah, milliemac.com, Millie Mac Supplies in New Zealand. So how lovely to live near a shop that sells all those wonderful things. And so here's the little, I have opened it. So here's the little, you get the fabric inside with the 2 embroideries to go on the top. I can't wait to do those. I love there's a little hare and a little bird. And it's got a little saying, live and dream. It's nice, isn't it? Live and dream. So I love kits. Something special and lovely about a kit, because you've got everything in there, haven't you? And this was in it as well, 2 little strawberries. How cute are they? I don't know if they're to go with that, or I could just make something with those. And I've got this as well, a little piece of this lovely fabric, which it came in a bag. I didn't show you that, did it? It came in this bag, so I'm not sure if Angela made the bag or whether she bought the bag. But if you made the bag, Angela, it's very, very neat, and it's beautiful. Actually, Angela did send me some photos of some of the things she made. So what I will do is I'll pop them up now, and because I said I'll just share some of the things that she'd made. So I love seeing things that viewers have made as well, and then they look really good. And I think, oh, they're better than the things I make. So yeah, I don't know whether Angela, if you made the bag or if you purchased the bag, but it's absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. And it's fabric, which is Selfridges. Oh, it's got my sister's name on, look, Julia. But she's not having this bag, it's mine. The only place housework comes before quilting, I think that's going to say. Stitching time saves 9. I love this, it's got all things to read on it. And it's got this fabric, which I think came with it, which is in here. So, and it's nice and squishy, and I absolutely love it. Thank you. And it's got a fancy zip with a nice big pull for colours. And I did even notice that inside the stitching, I think it's variegated thread as well on the stitching. So that is really pretty, and I know I'll find a good use for that, probably a little project, because we have so many projects on the go, don't we? Have I shown you the fabric? No. So the fabric is what I would call subtle Christmas fabric. So I love the colours, and it's just really lovely, because sometimes Christmas stuff is quite bright, isn't it? But this isn't. It's subtle Christmas, and I absolutely adore it. I think I've got those going the wrong way. Did they go? Or maybe they're not. I think you can go anyway. And that, I absolutely love the colours. They're gorgeous. I love the little design on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this in time for Christmas, and it's going to be my little Christmas kit. So probably in 1st of November, I can get that out, and when I'm stitching, I haven't made it yet and I'm planning when I'm going to use it. And when I'm stitching, I can then use that. So it's really lovely. Thank you. It's so nice to get something. It's just really, really lovely. I'm really grateful. Thank you. And I'm going to show you the bits and pieces I've been making now, which isn't a lot really. I finished this, which I made. I was stitching that, so I finished that at the beginning of the week. Oh, in case I don't forget, I've made a video at the weekend because I went to the beach so I could make the video, Lilly and the Sea, and I'm going to leave the link. Some of you found it anyway, and I did put a post up. No pressure to watch. You don't have to subscribe if you don't want to. It's absolutely fine, but I know some people want to, so that's why I'm mentioning it. It's Lilly and the Sea, but the link will be in the description box, so I'll add that there for you if anybody does want to watch. And it's a bit, I didn't know if the sea was going to be too noisy in the video, but lots of people said they actually really enjoyed the sound of the sea. So and I've got to get used to talking when the sea is there and talk a bit louder. But there's quite a few people, I mean, not really near me, but the beach was quite busy, so I think I was probably a bit self-conscious, and I'm not really used to oh, I forgot to plug my microphone in. Talking all this time in front of the microphone, and look, I won't plug it in now because something weird might happen. Yeah, so I've got to get used to recording when there's people around, and also with the sea. So, but it turns out okay. It was all right. I'll get used to it. And it was nice. It was nice and do it. And I've had some nice feedback from it already. So thank you if anybody if you've watched already. Yes, it was a little star one that I made. And I haven't quite decided what to make with this yet, but I wanted to get used to working with different shapes and kind of squishing them all in together. So I thought that looked quite nice. That would make it. I did have it laid on this, but I'm not really sure whether I had it on this little piece of fabric there, so I could make something with that. I had started with the hexiforms that I have got, so I've just made a little flower. I need to iron it and get it a bit neat around the edges, but I have made one little flower, and this, because I thought that looked a bit like butterfly, so I just stitched 2 together, and I might put that on something, and I know what I'm going to do, but I'll save that for another time to show that so it looks a bit better than what it is. But these are really nice to work with. You don't, if you don't know what they are, they're a little bit puffy, and you don't have to take the shapes out, so you can keep the shapes in after, and they give a nice puffy effect. So for certain projects they're really good. And this is the last thing I've been working on. So I've made a butterfly. It doesn't have any antennae yet, so I think I'm going to put it on a bag. You could put it on a cushion, but I'm holding it up here like this in case you want to make one yourself, because you can use any size hexagons for this. And if you just look, you've got the 3, that dark colour in the middle, so you could use any dark colour in the middle. You've got the 3 here, each side in a slightly paler colour, and you've got another colour all around the outside. So if you want to make one, all you've got to do is just copy where I've put the different colours. You wouldn't have to use exactly the same colours as I was trying to keeping it a bit autumny, but you could use whatever colours. But I think it does look quite nice with the dark and the pale in the middle, personally. But you could play with colours, whatever you like. But if you ever want to make a butterfly, this is the shape to make a butterfly. I got this out because this is lovely, and I'm really into the sort of dark, muted fabrics at the moment. Are they muted? I don't know if they're muted or not. It's darky fabrics at the moment. And I found this and I thought it would look nice on here as a bag. Let me lay it on here. However, I would then have to, you wouldn't see the antennae very well, would you? So I'm not sure whether I'm going to use that or not. I didn't think that through. It might be a bit on something paler. But that, and I think it would look nice on something quilted as well, wouldn't it? It would look nice on there. I mean, maybe the black, you would see it, and I could maybe do the black and then do a pale line around the outside or something. Do you think? I don't know. But at the moment, I'm really working with different ways and different things we can make with English paper piecing. I'll try not to just make bags, although I do really love making bags all the time. So I'm sorry if that's not what everybody else is into. But the little things, these aren't going to be bags. These are going to be different things. So I will share that with you next week. Yeah, so leave this with me. It will be something hopefully it'll be something by next week, I hope. Yes, I've got a lot to work on. I really want these to arrive. So hopefully they will arrive soon. I've had the post for today and they didn't come. So I hope they will arrive later on in the week, and then I can work on them. I've got this, but let's have a look on here. It's not big enough. I've got a lot of bits of linen left, which aren't really very big. I don't think I like it on there. I am trying to use a lot of the fabrics I've already got, and I have got a lot, so I need to I've got a lot of scraps which I'm kind of working my way through, and I think I'll get to a stage where I won't want to use anything that's left, so then I'll probably maybe give those to the charity shop or something when I get to a stage where I think actually I've used all of them, and then use the space for something else. And I've got some new fabrics which also I need to be working on as well. But as you know, I've had a bit of an up and down a few weeks, so I haven't done as much kind of creative sewing as I normally would. I've just been doing a little bit how I felt, whatever I felt like doing, a few bits here and there, and just some stitching, because as we all know how therapeutic stitching is, because we're all the same, aren't we? It just makes us feel so a bit calm, and it's a nice place to go to when things are a little bit stressful. So I think I'm going to leave it there today. So it's a bit of an odd one. There's not much to show you, but I didn't want to get out of the routine of making a video, because I think if I stopped for a couple of weeks, I'd lose my confidence and we would start again. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, really excited for my little gifts. And with these, I think for these, and possibly the Selfridges, definitely this, I will do one of my vlog videos where I'll try things and record it as I go along, and we'll see what happens at the end, whether it works or not. So look out for that in the future as well. Thank you so much for watching if you've made it to the end. I'm now going to do a little bit of stitching on here. Now I've shown you I can get stitching, and that will definitely be ready for November. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and you have a little bit of time so you can do some stitching too. If you haven't subscribed and you wanted to, please do. Don't feel that you have to either. And yes, I'll see you again next week. Take care now.